qualified candidates. Come on down, sir. And this man did come to the headquarters, and we do have your name down there. We're hoping that you'll work in the precincts for us. All right? You are?
Ed Smolowitz. I'm relatively new in town, and I'm going to be the devil's advocate. The quote-unquote, the typical Republicans prostituted themselves, and at this point in time, there are very few honorable, honest Republicans who really believe in conservatism, good government, fair government. You can take a look at what's happened when we had control of all three legislative, House of Representatives, Senate, and the presidency. And what happened, and at that time there was a balanced budget going on, the Republicans went crazy. They prostituted themselves. It's like that guy Stevens, the honorable senator from Nebraska. He built a bridge for 300 people. He is just as, most of the Republicans that we have elected are just as bad and as dishonest as who are in the legislature now.
Amen.
Okay. The problem is that just because a person has an R after their name doesn't mean that they're going to be honest, that they're going to support honest government, good government, because we gave the Republicans free rein for a whole bunch of years, and they just went spending crazy, were dishonest. I'm just as an observation, I don't have a plan, but we have to find see, there's a difference between a Republican and a conservative. A conservative is a person who does believe in the Constitution, does believe in fiscal responsibility, does believe in limited power of the government, and does believe that the states have a lot of rights. Unfortunately, most of the Republicans that we have had and have now have no idea of what is going on. They're disillusioned, disoriented, or maybe just plain stupid. Somehow, and I'm just putting this out for food for thought, before we decide to elect Joe Blow because he's a Republican, we have to make sure that Joe Blow is a conservative person that cares about the Constitution, cares about the country, cares about fiscal responsibility, isn't as dishonest as most of the Democrats. I mean, just for food for thought, my friend who came from Hendersonville yesterday said, the four people of the country, Obama, Biden, Pelosi, and Reid, you talk about the four stooges? We have the four biggest stooges in line to run this country. And they didn't get there by just raising their hand. They were elected. They were elected because people fell for what they wanted to hear. So you have to be careful when somebody says, I'm a Republican. Just don't vote for the Republican. You want to know what they really stand for, because they did a bad job.
That's why I think this is important, and ethics reform, a real ethics bill for Congress.
What we better do is vote them out before they stay in there so long they think they own the office. And that's what's happening. They do own the office, which puts it right back. Ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. It's your prerogative to hold their feet to the fire. You know? What did I do? You got You know what you think, you know what you feel. Everybody's got maybe a little pet project that they really want to correct. End of life, tort reform, lower taxes. Our sales tax is going up in the state of North Carolina. I guess y'all are aware of that, aren't you? And and I'm sure they're going to hit the other one too, the state income tax. So that's why it always starts right here. It starts right here in Jackson County, Macon County, Swain County, wherever it is. It starts right where we're standing. You have got to hold their feet to the fire. So the ball's in your court. It's in my court. We've got to do something. And I have to agree with you, sir. The Republicans have been asleep, and a lot of people. But that doesn't mean all Republicans are not good. And it doesn't mean that all Democrats are all good. It doesn't mean that all 9/12ers aren't good. You know what I mean? It's all on an individual basis. You must look at people on an individual basis and know what they're saying, understand their premises, understand their solutions. This understanding and creating individualism in our communities is extremely important. You came into this world alone, and guess what? You're going to go out of it alone. And you better make it count while you're here and what you do. Come on down, sir. What's your question?
Just a question.
Okay.
In the state of North Carolina,
In the state of North Carolina,
who is going to pick the person to beat Shuler?
who is?
Who is?
Do you want to, you're pointing the finger at me. I can point it back at you, sir. Are you willing to put your life out there on the line?
Well, if I had to, sure.
Okay, well that answers your question. We don't know, I don't know yet who's going to. Does anybody have an idea? Bobby?
Well, I've got a solution to
You got a solution. Bobby's got a solution. Come on down.
Dodie told you earlier, you are the answer. We've got people from several counties in western North Carolina here. You need to start showing up at your Republican Party meetings. You need to organize in the precincts. You need to get more people involved, find like-minded people, and we will flood the polls with our people. We decide who's going to win our primary elections. That's where it starts. We reform our own party, take it back. That's where it starts. And then we'll win elections because people will see that we mean business and we've changed and we're reformed. We're going back to the basics. Follow the Constitution.
Follow the Constitution. What else we got? Come on down. Or just tell me what it is. I'll repeat it. Oh, by the way, there are Cokes, I believe, back there. Water and maybe some nuts and things. We're going tourist class today, folks. No, nothing to eat, just peanuts. What's your thought?
Well, speaking of the Constitution, we are a republic, and our schools are teaching our children that we are a democracy. And until the children understand that we are a republic, that we are always going to be a republic, they aren't going to know the difference. So it's up to us to educate our children in the Constitution, because the schools are not doing a good job.
So the real solution is to take education out of the hands of government, as far as I'm concerned. Because that's where it is. You got to define the problem. Then you got to think about what the subliminal thing is all about. Where did it come from? We've been involved in education, education, and education. And we have gotten to the point that all we do is find out if they can pass a test. And that is not a sign of education as far as I'm concerned. Come on down, Ralph. You have